I've covered a lot of shows on this channel. A lot of them good, most of them pretty average. Video games, the like. I've been a wrestling channel for about 5 seconds. I've done so many things, but nothing has been more intimidating than, well, this. Sure, if you count up all the episodes of New 26, you'll find that it's much more than 94. But here's the difference. When I was doing those episodes, I was doing them in real time. I had no nostalgic value, no personal stakes. They were reviews of a show I liked. This, however, different. Thanks to the podcast known as A Podcast Without Danger, which they're at, well, cruel dilemma right now, I was motivated through an idea. How about I do it? 94 episodes, one a week, talking about the show. I've mentioned Digimon saved my life back in my formative teenage years. I call Friendship is Magic the best modern show I've ever seen of the 2010s on. But my favorite show is this one. Code Lyoko is many things to many people. To the internet, it's the show with the giant foreheads. Let me answer that question for you right now. The giant foreheads are a animation style that France used back in the early 2000s. In fact, they did for the longest, and it's mainly for eyebrow and facial expression. Notice the eyes aren't as big as other animated forms of animation, especially not here in the West and the East. So, usually the eyebrows are used more as the form of non-digestive expression, more so in anime it's the eyes and the mouth, and in the West it's a mix of both plus other things like color changes and such. Most Western animation has become Eastern influenced, and Code Lyoko is very much its own beast, not only in its animation style, but in what it does with it. Thus, and also the giant foreheads are also an easy way, given the animation style and how detailed the backgrounds are, that the characters don't blend in and camouflage into the backgrounds, where it all becomes a uncanny valley mix of different attitudes and different platitudes, and becomes a multicolored mess. So if you've ever wondered why that design, that's primarily why based on theming and a lot of know-how from what I've observed. Call it intelligent observation. But to some sectors, Code Lyoko is also the weird show that was used to replace Toonami. True, the Maguzi block, the afternoon replacement for the vaunted Toonami block. As Toonami went strictly to Saturday nights, starting in '03, was where Code Lyoko debuted in the West. Right after Totally Spies of all things. And soon that would be replaced with Ben 10. In fact, there were a lot of shows that were swapped and moved during Yakuzi's main block. Code Lyoko is the only show that remained in its initial slot from beginning to end of Maguzi's lifespan. Should tell you something there. The animation studio known as Moonscope that makes this show doesn't exist anymore. Literally. We looked it up, me and Dragonheart, that is, and discovered that it doesn't. But it leads to the third thing. To the fans of the show that I refer to as Lyoko Guardians, not Warriors. Warriors just sounds wrong. I don't know why they went with the term Warriors. It's just not what they do. They are the guardians of Earth's virtual space. Should be guardians. To the Lyoko Guardians of the world, this show has meant everything. For the last 20 years, it's the show that just won't go away. Screenshots, retrospectives, endless tweets, heart art, game remakes using Unreal, and even as gone as far as a recent literal verbal dialogue drop in the game High on Life. I'm not kidding you. Code Lyoko's presence, value, and heart endures through all of it. The show that Cartoon Network never wanted. The show that no one understands. The show that is loved very initially. The show with the somewhat mid reboot of sorts. No matter what your reason for remembering it, it somehow still sticks in the brain. So, what is this video? Well, it's a preamble. It's a starter. Tomorrow begins the Aelita Diaries. Technically, it will be recorded today, whether by me going solo or by me having help in the form of /arbiter Dr. Spartan August Embers. as they wish to be referred, will be helping me along this long 2.5 year journey. Yes, from completion, from episode 150 to the end, it will take me 94 weeks, which means 94 episodes, meaning 2.5 years to complete the journey of reviewing the show. But reviewing the show, unlike MLP, feels different. It hits different. Why? That nasty word nostalgia? Sure, you can say that. This to me is the show. It is him, as they say. My review style, the way I review video games, the way that I review the dialogue written, the character growth, every single review that you have ever seen on this channel in 11 years. Every mindset of my thought on dialogue, writing, characters, quality, twist, season rating, everything. It all goes back to this show. The channel's name, presence, branding. Hell, even some of the ideas of the fictional world I built within this channel. It all goes back here. If My Little Pony is its moral center, and Power Rangers is its code of honor, Code Lyoko is the undisputed heart. It is the heartbeat. It is the brain. It is the mindset of why Code Equestria even exists. It is everything. It is a show that is so good that it has ruined my ability to watch other animated television that some consider great. It is a show so good that opening theme songs mean everything to me and can define whether I watch a show or not. It is a show that I can recite lines from certain episodes, and you'll see it as we go through, on verbatim. Without seeing the scene, without knowing where the scene is, I can do it. When I had a MySpace, it was everything. A World Without Danger would greet you on my personal page. Pictures of Aelita everywhere. The actual opening sequence. A video. Even my username. It has defined so much about me that you could find it disturbing. And I'm sure some of you viewing this video will find it disturbing. People nowadays talk about animation as something that is not impeccable, that is just kids stuff. We make a mockery of quote unquote adult animation when in truth it's not even adults. It's the mindset of very angry, very unfocused, and very pubescent, stuck in bodies teenagers that call themselves adults only based on age. Code Lyoko was 10 years ahead of its time, and it might very well be 20 years ahead of its time because no show has done what it has done or tried to do. No animated show is this dark, yet this light, putting their main characters in mortal danger for 94 episodes. It was dark, sometimes depressing, uplifting, and hopeful, yet dangerous. It has my number one villain of all time, possibly my number one heroine of all time. All the shows that have defined my life have ensembles, and this one has the weirdest yet perfectly put together ensemble ever. It means everything. So, on its 20th anniversary, what is a man like me, a man so influenced by this one little thing, supposed to do? Well, let's do this. Tomorrow begins a 94 episode odyssey. Some of these episodes I have not seen in years. One episode in particular traumatizes me to the point where I haven't seen it since its original TV viewing. Not from beginning to end, not without skipping. You'll figure that out. This is a preamble. Because as much as I'm trying to prepare you for the lengths I'm willing to go to cover this, in a lot of ways, I'm trying to prepare myself for what I'm about to do. This isn't like New 26. This isn't like covering John Madden's death or waxing poetic about what WrestleMania means, although you'll probably get one of those next year. No, this is different. Talking about my favorite show that has ever been done. The most meaningful show in my creative life for 94 weeks. Why? Not for the money, not for the subscribers, not for the monetization, not for the tweets, not for the hearts, not for the Elon Musk views, not for anything. The only reason I'm doing any of this, the only reason I'm about to push through to do it all is to say thank you. And for those 94 weeks, I hope we all come together as a fan base here to say exactly that. Thank you. There's so many ways that this show has hit us all. And tomorrow it begins where it should begin. A podcast without danger started with Teddy Godzilla, but of course, I'm better than that. Let's start where it actually starts. Xena awakens. And then we'll go from there and talk about a giant teddy bear. And everything in between. Trust me, it's going to be wild. And you're going to see things and hear things on this channel you have never seen before. I'm taking chances. Some might still be in this standard format here, but I can assure you, I'm taking chances. Because that's what this means. A show that took chances when no one else wanted to nor dared deserves a retrospective review by review series that also puts everything at risk. And it begins tomorrow. And I hope you all join me. Find peace.